Welcome to LJ Hooker, and congratulations on being approved for your new property. Here are your lease and tenancy documents. We would have sent them through to you beforehand by email. Hopefully you would have had a chance to have a look at them by now. If you've had the chance, do you have any questions at this point? Great, okay. We'll run through it again with you now to ensure that nothing's been missed. Can I firstly confirm that your name is spelled correctly? Good. The tenancy is for 12 Stewart Street, Brassel, and starts today and will end on the 25th of May 2021, at which point a lease renewal may be offered. If you wish to vacate, you'll need to provide at least 2 weeks' notice in writing before the end of your lease. The rent amount is $350 per week and should be paid to the account shown on the lease. Please be sure to include the reference number with your payment. This number identifies you as the payer, and we have found that the use of the number greatly reduces the risk of loss or misallocation of your payments. You will see that you are responsible for water usage should the owner choose to pass these costs on, and these will be calculated quarterly. You'll receive an invoice along with a copy of the bill, and you'll have 1 month to pay the account. Please bear in mind that Queensland Urban Utilities invoice several months in arrears, so it could be some time before you see the first invoice. So don't panic if it doesn't arrive in the first 3 months. If you've been approved for PATS, then that will also be stated on the lease. If that has been the case, please acknowledge you are responsible for the care of, containment of, and any damage caused by the animals. Pets are also not permitted inside the house. The pet agreement document is there for your approval. Please read through and sign accordingly. In the event that you require emergency repairs over the weekend or after hours where you can't contact one of us, we have also noted our plumber, electrician and handyman on the document for you. Emergency repairs are those that pose an immediate safety risk to you or your family. And now these are listed on the RTA fact sheet provided. Please be sure that you follow the emergency call out procedure. Take photos, email me those photos so that I can then later on relay that to the owner. Obviously during office hours, you can forward any requested from emergency repairs to me via email, then again follow up with photos, and then please also call the office to ensure that we've got it. Now, if it's a general maintenance, these must be requested in writing and then emailed to me accordingly. The next pages are the general terms and conditions of your tenancy. These terms cannot be altered, edited or removed, and outline the rights and responsibilities of you as the tenant, myself as the property manager, and those of the lessor. Should you have a clear understanding of these, and should you understand the documentation, please let me know if you have any questions. If not, we also have some special terms attached to the lease. Have you had a chance to read those yet? Okay. Now, specifically, I'd like to draw your attention to the following. No one other than the approved leaseholders and their dependents are allowed to reside at the property. Subletting is not permitted. The general day-to-day care of the property is your responsibility, and care should be taken not to damage the property, and the property should be maintained, giving consideration to its condition when you moved in. Routine inspections will take place every 3 months or so, and we will email you an entry notice in advance so that you know when that date and time is going to be. We do take photos, however, not of any personal items, documents, license plates or personal photographs, and we will not use those photos for any advertising. They're for an internal use only. The keys provided today must be returned at the end of the tenancy. If copies are made, they too must be returned. If any keys are lost or not returned, then we will charge you the replacement fees or any lock changes as required. If you wish to end your tenancy early, this becomes what we call a break lease situation and incurs costs to you. So please be sure to discuss your options with us before making any decisions. We encourage all tenants to take out contents insurance. This ensures your personal items are covered as they will not be included in the owner's building policy should an accident happen later on. It is a legislative requirement that smoke alarms are installed and monitored. We have an arrangement with the owner that this needs to be done at the beginning of every lease and annually. Please do not tamper with, damage or remove the alarms at any time unless the battery needs replacing. Smoking is not permitted inside the buildings at all. Provided you understand with and agree to the above, can you please also sign the lease and our sign-up documents accordingly. We have some other documents as well that I'd like to quickly go through with you. Our arrears procedure. This outlines what will happen should you fall into arrears and the breach process. If at any time you feel that fulfilling your obligations in regards to rent payment will be an issue, then it's important that you contact me to discuss. Can you please take a moment just to read through this documentation and ask any questions as required. Finally, you'll see that the keys are also provided and the entry condition report, which we call an ECR. Please sign also those documents to acknowledge that you received those. Now, back to the ECR. Please make sure you go through the property before you move your possessions into it. Note down anything on the entry condition report that you do not wish to be held accountable for at the end of your lease. This document must be completed. Signing and returning within 3 days, please. If you don't return, then you are accepting what I have written down and will be held to my comments once you vacate. Please also be advised that you are actually in breach of the agreement if you do not return in 3 days. Great, all done. Here's a copy of all that you've signed here today. Keep these somewhere safe for later on, please. Do you have any questions before we go? I'll let you go to your new home. Good luck. Happy moving.